Welcome back. We are moving down our list here of our HOPPS criteria. I hope you are enjoying this and getting really pumped. We're now on the keyword test here. And again, this is kind of your guide here. What we're looking for with the keyword test is that exact phrase search volume. I don't want you to be intimidated by these terms. Exact phrase search volume. Like, Ben, what on earth? That just means like, how many people are specifically and exactly typing in baby sound machine? That's it. That's it. Not like baby sound machine for toddlers, not iterations, but that exact precise search phrase. That's what exact phrase means, okay? And so we want to see that there is exact phrase match search volume of 5,000 a month or more. Believe it or not, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot for someone to specifically type something that exacting, okay? And so I want to see at least 5,000 a month, and I'm just going to tell you up front, 10,000 a month is even better, but 5,000 a month is my minimum. And if again, the reason why you don't just do one of these tests, the reason why you want to do the BSR demand, the depth test, the monthly sales depth test, the review test, the keyword test, the competitive score, you want a holistic picture. And this will make even more sense when you are, analyzing 5 products, because this will give you a very, very good gut instinct and objective picture of clearly which product that you should consider sourcing versus the ones you shouldn't. It'll just be a complete picture. If there's ever a product where there's kind of a question mark, like 1 or 2 just kind of look funky, again, too hard, skip it. And of the 5 that you're going to analyze, just go with the slam dunk. I want to go where the fish are. I want to shoot fish in a barrel. I want the low hanging fruit. I don't want too hard. Okay, so this is why we go through this discipline here. So keyword test. Again, we want 5,000 exact matches or more. So the good news is that Helium-10 pulls the data right there. Now, whatever you are going to use to initiate the Amazon search, you might remember a couple videos ago, the way here, let me just show you this again, just so you're 100% clear. Let's get rid of this. Okay, let's go back to Amazon. What started us down stage 2, which is the critical analysis, is we type in what we have figured out is the main or most important keyword, baby sound machine, click enter, and then we launch the Helium-10 tool, right? Okay? And so it will put up here the exact phrase search volume that we used in that Amazon search. So if you use something else, just don't forget that it's going to give you the incorrect data. But I always want you to use the most important search term, and there it is right there. So question, there's search volume of 7,072. Is that higher than our criteria of 5,000? Yes or no? Absolutely yes. So we are going to go to our spreadsheet, and we're going to type in yes, and it's roughly 7,000. Good enough. So far, yes or no? Are we all systems go so far? And just now that you're seeing the amount of demand and the depth of the demand, how there's buying activity even deeper into these listings, are you seeing that this could be a very good product to private label? Yeah. And without this criteria, you'd have no clue. You're flying blind. It's like playing blind archery. All right, let's move on to the competitive score. This is actually this one and the next one. Can I differentiate? These are the ones that tend to drive my students crazy because they require some subjectivity. It's not as objective like, does this pass yes or no based on this number? It's not that simple, okay? It's not that simple. And just allow me to explain. So let's talk about competition. Well, you already know where I stand on competition. I personally do not fear competition at all, right? I take it as a sign of lots of profits, buying activity, percolating up when I see lots of reviews and all this kind of stuff. These are all good things. I like making money. You know, if I'm going to spend the same $2,000 to source a product that could be a dud or a home run winner, why wouldn't I go for the gold coin, right? However, I know as a teacher that this is a constant worry for you guys, for my students, all right? It's not a worry for me. This is like a worry for you guys, especially if you're newer. It just freaks people out. Oh, it's too competitive. Okay. So to help give you a more clear picture on the competitiveness of your product, because maybe it's actually not that competitive, or maybe it is. Maybe it's really competitive and you should avoid it. I've created something called a competition score. Okay? So let me just show you something. I'm going to go back to, okay, great. So we're in keyword magnet here. Keyword magnet, this is the keyword research thing. And we have sorted this by exact phrase. So we have the highest volume to lowest volume search phrases. Okay? This is the number of people per month that are typing in white noise machine into Amazon, sound machine into Amazon. Now, let's do a little bit more of a dive into this data because there is some incredibly useful data. This, super important. This shows if there is adequate demand. Like in other words, are there enough people typing in looking for a product like yours to buy? And we determine yes, right? We determine yes because Baby Sound Machine has over 5,000 people exact match searches typing into Amazon, okay? But something that you were probably blind to because you're just exposed to this tool are the number of competing products. And then this weird sounding one, CPR total giveaways. This is not CPR like you're trying to revive somebody who's had a heart attack. It's not that kind of CPR, okay? Although when you see some of these numbers, it might give you a heart attack. I'm not sure. But anyway, we're talking about competing products. So here's what this means. Right now for Baby Sound Machine, if I type in this keyword into Amazon, remember, every sale always started with somebody doing a search. Every single sale on Amazon, okay? So somebody right now, I guarantee, is typing in Baby Sound Machine, some bleary-eyed mother who was up half the night, and 7,000 people just like her every month are typing that into Amazon. And let's see if it's competitive. Well, there are more than 2,000 Amazon listings that are selling Baby Sound Machines. Now, it's not always exactly that because some are like, some of these listings appear on page 18 that were triggered because somewhere in a listing it says baby and sound, and it could be like a music CD for babies, right? But generally speaking, this is pretty good data. And so if you look at the combination of, hey, how many exact phrase search volume per month, and we also combine it with looking at how many competing products, that gives us a very good idea of the competitive nature for a Baby Sound Machine, okay? I'll just give you an example. Now, again, we have a Baby Sound Machine, but if you're just going to do, let me just pick with a white noise machine, which ours isn't really. This would probably be for adults or whatever, or travelers. This has 23,000 exact searches. So there's a lot of searches going on, but holy crap, this one has over 200,000 competing products. So quiz question. Just knowing nothing else, if we were going to release a Baby Sound Machine versus a white noise machine, which one is going to be more competitive and harder to rank? That's right, the white noise. And it's obvious when you look at this because it's got like almost more than double the searches and way, way more by a factor of 10 times more competing products. So I just want you to grasp kind of the big picture. Don't obsess over like understanding every little nuance here. Just take it in like waves lapping over you, okay? Just go with it. Just kind of take a deep breath. Don't worry, you'll get this. Just use common sense, right? So if there's tons of searches and tons of products, it's going to be more competitive than if there's good search volume and not as many products. That's going to be less competitive and more appealing. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Good. So I came up with this criteria that is really, really cool for you to use as a measurement of how competitive a potential product is. Okay? Before I show that to you, we're now going to look at this column. CPR total giveaways. Let me just explain this. We're going to have to take a brief departure from what we've been talking about so I can explain the concept to you, and then we're going to come back and apply this for a objective measurement for the level of competitiveness. Okay, so just stick with me here. Just stick with me. Just stick with me. All right. So Helium-10 has this column called CPR total giveaways. This is just a score that is a pretty accurate guesstimate for how easy or how hard it will be to rank your Amazon product for that specific keyword. I'll say that again. So the CPR total giveaways, it's kind of a weird name, I know, but this is a score to guesstimate how easy or hard it's going to be to rank that product for that specific keyword on Amazon. And how is it calculated? Well, it looks at both the exact phrase and how many competing products to come up with this number. Now, later on in a later module, I'm going to show you what is the best way to rank any Amazon product. And the gist of it is you're going to give it away at a deep, deep discount to trick Amazon into thinking that this is suddenly a best-selling product. And you're going to be like a bat shot out of hell, okay? But the question is always, well, how many of these deep discounted products do I need to give away to rank, top 5 on page 1 for a keyword? And this is the number here. So in this example, you can see you'd have to give away a lot of units. Now, just don't hit the panic button, folks. Okay, don't go, oh my God, I can't. No. Just go with it. And I'm not teaching you how to rank right now. I'm just teaching you what CPR total giveaways means, okay? So just don't hit the panic button. This will all become clear. I have a way more conservative approach that will make you a ton of money, okay? But for right now, theoretically, if you wanted to rank a sound machine for white noise, you're going to have to give away 688 units to rank for that keyword because tons of search volume, tons of competing products. So this number here, and I hope you're with me, this number here is indicative of how competitive or uncompetitive a private label product is. And as you can guess, the higher the number, right? The higher the number, the more competitive. Now look at Baby Sound Machine. We can give a fraction of the number of units away, and we can rank. So this is just on a cusp of low competition and easy to rank. So to rank for Baby Sound Machine, you'd have to give away 144 units. Now we're not talking about ranking. So now just hit the reset button. And now let's look at the objective criteria that I came up with here. I hope this makes sense. And it's right in the SOP. So let's just scroll down to that section. You see there's a lot of good stuff in here, right? Okay, here we go. This is the competition score, all right? Okay, might want to jot this down, although it's in the SOP that'll be underneath this video. So low competition, easier to rank for is a CPR total giveaway score between 0 and 150. Okay? And so for, I can't remember what it was for Baby Sound Machine, I think was 144. So that's just another positive, great sign that all the stars are in alignment, because this tells me that there's not a lot of competition for that specific keyword, okay? Now, the sweet spot, the Goldilocks, right, would be between 150 and 500. So I'm perfectly okay with this. And frankly, I'm perfectly okay with very competitive if I think I have an edge, but a lot of you aren't. A lot of you get freaked out. So this, again, this is not black and white, okay? These are just guidelines. So if you find a product that is perfect, you love it, you feel like you have a cool, unique angle you could take with it, but it has like 512 score, don't just discount it and say, I'm going to skip that. because these are just guidelines. I mean, I'm not afraid of competitive products because, again, if it's competitive for a reason, there's lots of buyers. You know, there's a big sack of money if I can compete. Okay, so these are the guidelines. So 0 to 150 for the CPR total giveaway is low competition. 150 to 500 is medium competition, and very competitive is, again, these are just rough rules of thumb, is over 500. Again, just rough rule of thumb. Be careful with this because you could overlook some potentially, huge home run winners because you're taking this data with, and you're trying to use it with too much precision. Look at the entire picture, use common sense, okay? Now, I actually don't just look at one data point, okay? So I actually look at like the top 3 keywords, and I look at the big picture. So here's an example of this here, okay? So baby sound machine, right there, it has a score of 128. But I also look at the second and third keyword, and I'm like, oh, this is good. Oh, sorry, baby sound machine, sound baby machine. So look, these are both low competition, and in this one, okay, it's on the low end of the medium competition. So like, what does that tell you? It tells me that, wow, this is probably on the lower side of the competitive continuum. So this is all systems go because I look at not just the one keyword, but now I looked at the top 3 keywords, and it's kind of biasing towards low to medium competition. For me, that is a go. That is a go. All right, let's look at, again, I've not done this before, so we'll just see how this turns out. Let's take a look at whey protein. Whey protein. Looks like my staff did, though. Okay, so somebody's looking this up. We're going to sort by exact phrase match. And it looks like, again, this is clearly, these two are the number 1 and number 2 keyword. This is probably a brand name, so we'll get rid of that one. Let's see. This and this. So let's just take a look. Whey protein powder, holy crap. Is this competitive or what? Remember I said anything over 500 is extremely competitive. The second keyword is, let's see, where are we? Right here. These are second and third keywords, it looks like. Sorry. Well, let me start over. This is number 1 and number 2, and it looks like this is number 3. These are both way over 500. So this is, look, I mean, common sense. And this is 400. So the range is 400 to 2,100. What does that tell you? Is this a competitive product? Now, if you could somehow rank for it, you'd probably crush it because this has reorder potential. But guys, this for me would be too hard because that tells me that there's a lot of money, and there's a lot of money in this niche. You're competing with big companies that are selling whey protein, lots of brands. So see how this keeps you out of trouble? Shall we do another one here? Again, I don't just look for the main keyword. I look for keyword 1, 2, and 3. Let's do flameless candle. This is one that I was looking at the other day. And let's just try to quickly figure out what the main 3 keywords are here. So see, some of these are weird. This is not the main keyword. So when you're looking at things that aggregate data, you're going to have some false positives. You just kick them out, ignore them. This is just use common sense. So this is just click the X, just get rid of that. So it looks like flameless candles. It looks like let's see. Well, we'll just use these as an example. Okay. This is probably a Goldilocks product. It's not too competitive. Yes, this is over 500. But it's just on the edge there of too competitive, right? Just on that edge, right? You have low, medium, you have high. High starts at 500 plus. Medium is 150 to 500, okay? So this shows me that there's probably damn good demand, and there is. Look at these search volumes here. And so this would be all systems go. It's not too competitive. It's not low competition, but man, if I could compete for flameless candles, you're gonna do very, very well, I think. Okay, does this make sense? So anyway, I hope you found this super, super useful. We've gone long enough on this particular video. Let's just fill this out. So for competitive score, we're gonna write low, and the CPR, I put the range. The CPR range was 128 on the low side to 184. Remember, for those top 3 keywords? And that's how I do it on mine, okay? So that's gonna do it for this video. We're gonna go to can I differentiate and profit margin on the next video.